I'm in a very, I'm in a bad way. That's why I post. So it's no different there. But I'm very lost within myself, within my body, and the feelings of taking a hammer to my door frame are coming back. I'm sorry for the appearance of my arms. Unfortunately, they're being fucked with at the moment. Hence, they look as they do. I know it's fucking filthy and disgusting. I'm in a very bad way, but I'll be positive because that's what I have to do with the videos now. I've made that decision. I can't just stand here screaming anymore. But because I'm so distressed, I don't know what to talk about. So my fucking voice and all is doing my head. Sex has come to my voice again. And whininess at the same time. I can't laugh. So let's talk about my body. Right now my body looks like a down pyramid. Like that. This is quite common in society. Down pyramids and up pyramids. Nobody talks about them. It's must be a cult knowledge that everybody knows about. Down pyramids, do you know what? I don't even know which way round it is, but one represents. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk about anything, because I'm pretty sure if I can take all my distress and put it back to my voice and bring it back to Tourette's, I can get on with life. Because at the moment I'm standing here and I can't live, because I'm looking at all my little problems and I'm just confused at how I'm alive within all of those problems, and my body and my mind and everything's lying to me at the same time. So let's talk about anything and bring it back to Tourette's, because at least I can live with Tourette's. I can't live with how I woke up today. So yes, my body all of a sudden looks like a down pyramid. Like the top here, very square and like a pyramid. This isn't my normal body physique. So whatever's been going on for me has been interfering with my body. If you look back at my earlier videos, my body's going to look very different. And this is one of my gripes. I don't do down pyramids in terms of physique. So one down pyramid and one up pyramid. If you look at people as you're walking down the street, they'll tend to look either one or the other. You all know this, but it's not put out. Talk about, and that's the first thing that struck me when I saw the camera. So we're going to talk about that. Yes, one represents male, one represents female. The one that connects to the earth is the feminine, the one that connects to the sky is masculine, but which way round exactly, I don't know. I can't work it out in my head. I'm not really going to think. I'll leave that for you all to send to me telepathically, considering you all know, but you don't speak about it, and I don't know, but I'm speaking about it. So there's the irony, there's the humour, but we'll persist. Ultimately, my aim is to be balanced, so have male and female in balance. But I think within society, within the wider world, due to male-female cohabiting and the difficulty, I think, in maintaining that balance between the two within ourselves, it's just easier to represent either a male aspect or a female aspect and share that with your partner. I've said in previous videos I've never really had a relationship. That's pretty obvious given my life as to why, but So I've never really knowingly had that interaction with people. So my focus has always been on balance, and that's where I've kept it. So for whatever reason, I am baffled. I don't have a logical reason in my mind why this is happening to me, but my body is going into a down triangle at present. I have no real idea of what it matters. All I know is that from my perspective right now, from the way I normally live, it's just very uncomfortable. And it's just not a place that I see as healthy for my body. As you can see, my arms, I was giving them a little bit of antagonism earlier, and they deserve it, because all that is excess water being trapped in my arms. There's a lot of pressure in my shoulders, and my arms all of a sudden look like I've been working out at the gym for the last 6 weeks, which is untrue. That was me trying to share something, me trying to keep it positive as possible. Obviously you can still pick up my negative tone to life in general at present, but I'm in a very distressed state, and believe it or not, that is extremely positive. And I can't, because I remind myself of my friend Alex when I do this. He expresses like this, and I don't. So why I'm expressing like this, it's just, I'm going to pick, so what I'm doing, I'm just picking on the things that are totally peculiar to me and my mind and my life and understanding, and putting them out there on camera at present. So yeah, that expression was very much reminding myself of my friend Alex as to why I'm unconsciously all of a sudden partaking within that behaviour. I don't know. Why my voice goes all high pitch and what I describe as sex coming to my voice. Again, I don't know. Why I'm able to laugh right now in this moment after everything I've been through, I don't know. Why I'm alive, I don't know. So let's try and take that intent for positivity that I can appreciate is as much as it's almost like I've just taken ecstasy, given my life, that expression, that so the juxtaposition is like I would have had to have taken ecstasy and a million other drugs to get me to that place of being able to express it so positively. But I appreciate to everybody else that is very depressing, or at least could be. So I'm very disconnected from society at present, obviously. Disrupted your Saturday afternoons. But you're stopping me from ripping my door frame apart, and that's the main intention of this video. And also hopefully that once I end the video, I might be able to get on with life again, because I can't at present. So I don't know what else to talk about, and I'm going to try and keep it positive, and I don't want to get into my body. Can you see it's like my body's twisted this way? It's like almost like I'm turning back to front. So whatever that up and down pyramid is, it's like I'm back to front. And I'm sorry for being so distressed on camera, but I'm just going to try and keep it positive. I'm just trying to rack my mind as to subject matter we can talk about. So spirituality, we'll go back to spirituality. We can always make it positive with spirituality. So the positive is, and this is going to sound negative to you, but if you really listen, it's a positive. So I woke up today and my sleep has been, it's not been sleep. I pass out and I wake up in a worse place than I did when I was needing sleep to begin with. That's the situation. That's the situation, that's the situation, that's the situation, that's the situation, that's the situation. That's the situation, that's the situation. That's the situation, that's the situation. I've forgotten what I was going to talk about. Sorry, and thank you for anybody that's following and bearing with me. I will bring it round to a positive, because I'm pretty sure if I can do that, get my life back onto a positive subject matter, and this is where it would be massively helpful to have comments, but I appreciate the 2 and 3 views I'm getting at present because of my... Anyway, let's try some, I've got some really nice apricot and peach. My arms look like they're about 10 metres long, man. What's going on? I've got some really nice apricot and peach black tea I've purchased recently. It's very, 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 very nice in taste, and I don't normally have like a milk substitute. I don't drink milk. Most of the substitutes aren't really that good. But I found one that I'm relatively happy with, and it's actually not bad. If anybody sees this brand of alternative milk, now is me tuning back into my nervous system a little bit and my body. And as much as I sound a little bit more distressed, this is actually a good sign. So if you can forgive my shakiness and my slight stuttering, and realise that I'm actually in a better place, we can move forward. But this is actually quite a good brand, at least for the almond milk, unsweetened. If anybody sees it out there, it's Belief. It might be of interest to pick up for yourselves. I don't know, but most of the alternative milk brands are just like almond water and shit. So they're probably just as bad as normal milk, most of them. If a lot of you drink it, it's just worthwhile to do a little bit more research into the ingredients. A lot of them have a lot of sugars in, and that's something to avoid, ideally. But that's just my opinion, and me trying to give something, and I appreciate how distressed I am. So I'm trying to balance it out. That's what I was trying to get at. Trying to give as well as taking by just being me, because I appreciate that's likely the situation. But if I can give little bits of my life that are positive, like the finding of that almond milk along the way, then I don't know, maybe it meets in the middle somehow. I don't know. One of the reasons is my life has like not been going great over the past few weeks. It's because I've been managing pain for like a year now, and not so successfully over the last 6 months. But I think that time when I was using the sauna, it was helping a lot with the pain, and I was unaware of really how much. And until I was unable to use the sauna anymore. Basically, the discomfort has stopped me from being able to sit low, so I have to really sit high. And as you can see from other videos, anybody that's seen those videos, I have to sit quite low in the sauna, so I had to stop using the sauna, and managing the pain became a lot more difficult as a result. And I've had to find another solution. Well, not that I've had to, but my life is basically, my life has justified the purchase of a different sauna unit. And this sauna unit is a little bit less embarrassing. So if anybody out there watched those videos and thought, oh, sauna, how cool, you can have one at home. But he looks like a right idiot sitting in that sauna. I can't sit in one of those. I look like a right idiot too. There's other options. Because you can get like standalone in your bathroom, and it heats the whole bathroom up, and you can just sit or stand or lie in your bathroom if you've got the space, and does the job. I mean, the heat's different. So the one I sat in before, it was infrared, and as I understand it, that works benefit. And I'm doing it again, Alex. He must be. I must have worried him with all the videos I'm putting out there. Sorry, Alex. This is me, man. Don't try and change me. Your care is unconsciously interacting with my arm and is annoying me even more, man. Just see me and have love for me as I am. So yeah, and I just want to express, I take liberties. There's no point in that expression that I couldn't have stopped myself. But I'm aware of how beneficial that expression is to my life and my recovery. And there is not a chance in hell I'm going to stop that expression just now for a soul on earth when I am in discomfort. And I am bothering you all with these videos as a result of my discomfort. And that is why I do what I do. So when you see me like that, don't think, oh, he's totally lost in himself. I'm aware. But I'm aware as life has taught me how beneficial those little expressions and just allowing yourself to go with the flow with those expressions can be very healing beyond maintaining a ridiculous social front at all times. So like, I've given up with time. I just won't care now. I've surrendered to my life, and my life says be a little bit wild because you need it for healing. So that's what I do. But if you were to stand there and say, look, Andreas, in this moment, I want you to be totally normal, I could do that. But it doesn't really make sense. So I just wanted to put that out there. I forget what I was talking about before. So like the shaking, I'm shaking now. That's me tuning into my body a little bit more. As I said before, I'm a previous alternative therapist with a focus on energy. I've had training from my uncle in terms of energy exercises, and all of it has led me to the realization that if you're in a place of where I am with my life, which a lot of you might be actually, in terms of your bodies, almost certainly actually, because I'm aware of my body and energy, and I have that perspective, I can see this is actually healthy. So shaking like this uncontrollably, but it's not uncontrollably. The difference is right now in the moment where I'm shaking, where before the video started today, and that's Alex again. So where the videos before the video started today, I was quite stressed. My body was tense, and I was stressed, and shaking would have been an impossibility in that state. But where I've taken all the pain and all the discomfort, transferred it to my voice, I'm able to feel my body a little bit more. And in being able to do that, my body wants to shake. And if you just get beyond the shock of seeing your body want to shake and thinking, oh, I'm ill, and actually allowing shaking, it's extremely healing, and it's the route back to health. I don't know if anybody else is quite in my position. To really feel that health in the same way. I know what we can talk about. I'm just going to keep talking, and I'm talking to just keep it positive, express to you about my mental health and my life and that, but just try and keep it a little bit more positive rather than the emotions that have been free flowing of late. I think I've exhausted that pursuit, and right now, unfortunately, videos are still having some benefit, and I'm just having to go with the flow, and this is where the videos have led to. So we'll do this for, I don't know, a day, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, and then until it runs aground. I ordered some books because I'm hoping to ease off the computer and much. There's only so many times you can go round on YouTube, and your mental health to give you problem after problem with regards to nothing on YouTube, for you to say, right, okay, I've got to make a change. My mental health is making life unbearable here. Unfortunately, reading is quite difficult where I am in my mental health because of my psychosis. So what happens is, if I was to pick up a spiritual book, for instance, which is where I have all my where I have my interest in life, I couldn't read it in a way that I'd be happy with. I'd need a slight level of detachment there. And sorry, I'll be back in 1 minute. So I'm just going to put my crazy training slippers, that's what I call them, because I have to balance when I'm on these, and I wobble about and I'll look silly on camera, so forgive me there, but where I can feel my body's in a slightly bad way and I'm unable to do exercise really as a result, just putting these slippers on and forcing myself to balance, it seems to have helped quite a bit in the past. So that's why I wear these. This I find it good for the spine. As I said, my uncle has taught me energetic exercises in the past, and that, I say energetic, but it's really as a fundamental. So as much as I can say I can walk about on these as exercise, it's because I have a grounding in my posture, whereas a lot of people, I'm sure it might not have the same benefits. It might, I don't know, but unconsciously all the while just having to balance on these, I think because of the training, would just be beneficial. And Alex has come to my left hand. For most people, likely, it probably does a lot more. It probably has a lot more benefits for myself because of the training I've had. I forget what we were just talking about. As you can tell, my memory is really poor at the moment, so let's take some supplements. Sage extract, extremely good for memory. Also a little bit for pressure. At least that's what I found. The main one I find for memory is a good choline extract. That's me on a personal level. Don't hold me to that, but because I can't remember to really give advice right now. The irony, right? I'm being totally sincere with that statement. We were talking about saunas before, so the other option to sit in there in one of those material-based saunas where your arms and your head stick out and they're not really getting the same benefits, but there are other benefits to those types of saunas in that they use infrared heat, which I believe has other benefits for the body that a normal sauna might not. But as I said before, I've been unable to use that sauna because I can't sit that low. And I'm sure a lot of you would think it looks ridiculous. But I stumbled across another option, and that I think they're pretty much professional units. They're pretty much professional units, like you would find in a normal sauna, readily available on Amazon, and yeah, you can put it anywhere. You can put it in any closed room, and it will heat the room like a sauna. So most people think you need a specially dedicated, well, at least I did, room, like a wooden Swedish log cabin sort of thing. But I've just wired it up and I've put it in my bathroom. I'm happily using it in my bathroom. And I can get a chair and I can sit higher, I can stand, as I said, I can lie. I can't remember the costs. I think it's under 1,000. I know it's still quite a lot, but in terms of my health, where I am, I can't deny it. Yeah, I mean, little things like that, like saunas. If the NHS spent £1,000 and installed a sauna in every home in the UK, and in addition to that, we taught children at school about cleansing. This is the teachings I've had in terms of not even teaching them. I mean, back in the day, back in World War II times, port of call, you turn up at hospital. I believe the first thing they did was give you an enema. You're unhealthy. Let's flush you out. Let's get rid of the shit. That was the first thing they did. But for whatever reason, that stopped. And now they placed the focus on medication more and assessment. And it's probably a time-saving thing, I'm sure, because we have changed as a country. I mean, you don't have the time to have someone turn up at hospital and say, right, okay, this is an hour process, half an hour process, and you need space, you need the bed, you need the blah blah blah. So it must be a practical thing. 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 But the sauna in everybody's home in the whole country, and somehow managed to revert back to the enema system, because for at least for myself, I'm well aware of all of this, and I have enemas and all of that, but I can't structure my life to go ahead with it. I have many reasons, and I would love to have an enema for my health, but I just can't at present. So and I can imagine if you're ill, you're sick, you're not really used to having something shoved up your bum. I'm sure it can be a bit daunting to have to force yourself to do that. And at least if with something along those lines, you might as well have a healthcare professional talk you through it, and it might as well be in a professional setting, and somehow the impersonal nature of a hospital would, I don't know, in my head, make it easier. But yeah, that's just my understandings, very basic understandings on how to save NHS money. And everyone gets a sauna at home. Maybe we can make a petition on Downing Street website. Save the NHS money, we'll get saunas at home. I think it's on another level, since we're talking about health, it's very beneficial, absolutely beneficial for this climate, this country. If anybody follows, this must look ridiculous. I'm doing my shaking, which I was doing before, and I'm wobbling about to get my posture in line. So I'm not as drunk as I look, and please forgive my arms. They're offending myself, their appearance. So yeah, if anybody knows about Chinese herbalism and Chinese medicine, they talk about heat and dampness and wetness in terms of the body, and somehow the UK, because of the climate or because of the way of life, it's probably the weather and the diet and everything that goes along with it, but apparently I think a lot of people suffer from internal dampness. That's how it's referenced in Chinese herbalism. And don't hold me to this, but I'm almost certain, you don't need to be a genius, but I'm almost certain a sauna is the ideal therapy for that. So if we as a nation, of where we find ourselves in terms of geography, the ideal solution really is a sauna for a lot of people. And how do you go about persuading the government to begin rolling that out? It's a bit too late, really. Needed to be started back in the day when there were less houses and more awareness about alternative medicine, and yeah, I mean, there's probably never really been an appropriate time to introduce something like that. Yeah, no. I mean, you speak to the GP about this illness, that illness. It would have been the case of, right, well, have you used the sauna over the past week? Is the first question, first response. Oh, no, doc, I haven't. I haven't thought about it. I've been too busy. All right, well, go home and spend as long as you can in the sauna, reading a book, a newspaper, doing your business, tidying the bathroom. As long as you can every day for the next week. See how you are, and we'll pick it up from there. What it will do at the bare minimum, or should do, is remove any of the and that's Alex again. Alex does this reminds me of Alex, and I'm doing it for some reason. It would remove a lot of the nitty gritty things that are probably hiding the actual disease, and where we're making life. So where GPs must have a extremely hard time diagnosing in the short space of time they have all the different elements of disease because of so many symptoms. If we were able to get rid of a lot of those symptoms just by saunas, for instance, and enemas, my theory, and it's just a theory, but my theory would be that their ability to diagnose accurately would increase exponentially. And if they could accurately diagnose, the benefits for the NHS would be it would go up even more. You know, it's like imagine, like, let's just put a number on it. Let's just, for the sake of it, right? If you go to a GP and you've got all of these symptoms and they're really masking what's underlining, but we've got these two things in terms of a sauna, in terms of a enema, that would really get rid of a lot of the annoyances that might make diagnosing difficult. I'm trying to think, like, how to put it to you. Nothing really comes to mind, but you turn up at a GP and you've got a disease, you would know you have a disease and you would know what's wrong with you, and you wouldn't have poor digestion, you wouldn't have poor circulation, you wouldn't have poor immune systems and little things like that to really consider. So you turn up to the GP and say, right, doc, I've got a pain in my lower left side, doc, my head, I've got a headache, doc, my right knee, etc., etc. The doctor knows, because you've taken the course of action to do the enemas, do the saunas, that there's more seriousness there. You know, it's like there's not a chance of the things I mentioned before interfering. My head's really stopping but starting at the same time, so I'm taking my time with trying to express it, and I think you're all aware of what I'm trying to express, but I'm just trying to do it in such a way where I can pick a number out there for you, and that's what I'm struggling with. So we'll put any number. So say you rock up at a GP and 10% as a, I think something tells me it will be more effective, but let's say 10% of diagnosis treatments are removed. because of enemas and sauna. Now in that 10%, it's not just 10%, because it's many-fold. So for instance, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this out with how I am at present. I'll do my best. And if I have to stop, you can use your imagination thereafter. But you rock up at a GP and 10%, there's 10% more certainty in the GP's mind in terms of diagnosis. And in that 10%, that 10% would otherwise have been misdiagnosed cases. In that misdiagnosed cases of 10%, you're going to be treating the wrong thing first and foremost. Beyond that, if you prescribe anything for that, you're just making the whole situation even worse, surely. Right, there might be some random cases where you prescribe a medication for something else and it helps. But as we know with medication, they tend to have side effects as well. And if you're already in a bad place and your condition is hidden because of poor digestion and not using your home sauna, or not having access to a sauna in this instance, and you get given a wrong medication and you've got poor digestion, poor circulation, poor immune system, and you've got to fight off, because chemicals aren't designed for the body, so even if they're helpful, your body has to fight them in some way. It has to get rid of them in some way. And chances are that's probably a lot of where deaths occur in the UK, you know, in that 10%. It's possible that's where a lot of the deaths occur, because if they've got a condition and it's being hidden by other problems, not even deaths, sorry, it's more a case of like you're creating problems for yourself, aren't you? In that my mental health in the way I just said that was trying to convince me that I'm creating problems for myself with this statement. And I'm not trying to prove a thing. I'm just trying to get my life back on track, my day back on track. So if there are anything that stands out as totally inaccurate, please forgive me. I really don't care, and I'm not trying to be perfect, but I'm just trying to put anything out there on camera, and this is anything. So in that 10%, you got a dodgy back, you got a dodgy knee, and it's been hidden by all of these other symptoms. You essentially start this person off on a different journey, don't you? This person is only going to really get worse if they're putting the wrong medication in their body. This person, if they're putting, it could be like a case of it's nothing. You know, the person could just have the worst stomachache in the world because of something they ate 2 months ago and it's still lodged in there. And where an enema would go a long way, daily enemas for a week or two, for instance, would go a long way to resolving that and cost nothing. It could be that giving them a course of medication or beginning them on a course of treatment could cost the NHS money in the long run, because you're not going to deal with the problem. And not only that, you're going to create another problem, because the medication is gonna. What I'm saying is, in that 10%, it could really be where all a lot of the waste comes for the NHS. And yeah, I mean, if someone's got something very simple they could deal with and they're given a course of treatment, the possibility is they're going to make their body worse, almost certainly, because your body's not exfoliating an immune system. So putting chemicals in that aren't going to treat anything is creating yourself more problems going forward, surely, especially with all the side effects, as we said. So sorry, my brain is really bad. Not only that, if you have just got a dodgy back, and because you've got poor digestion, if your poor digestion and your poor circulation because of the lack of home saunas and enemas, we're slowly moving, hiding the real symptoms, then that person is going to go on a journey through this, and where they could have been given the correct medication and it could have healed them, and their body could have cleansed that medication a lot easier, they're going to go on a journey, and they risk costing the NHS a lot more money in tests, and the medication itself, it's NHS, so the NHS pays. But it keeps trying to come in because I'm talking about, I don't know, because it is a slightly sensitive matter, but I know this stuff and it's all common sense, and I'm just waffling because I don't want to take a hammer and wreck my door frame apart. But my mental health keeps jumping in and keeps trying to stick little points in there like I'm trying to really prove something, and it's taking the energy. But I thought I'd share that aspect since it's relevant. It's relevant. So yeah, we risk causing people more discomfort by not diagnosing them accurately. We risk this is so difficult when it should be so easy. We risk creating problems where there are no problems. And there was another one, but I'm not really going to spend any energy on trying to figure it out. It's, you know what I'm saying? But my theory, and that's all it is, because my mental health isn't allowing me to speak from fact at the moment because it wants to give me a hard time. My theory is that's probably where a lot of the waste comes from the NHS. And that 10%. But how do you go about getting the data to put that on paper to show that, hang on a second, because what you got to do if you want a home sauna, you got to prove to the government that it's going to save the government money, and if you can do that, you get a home sauna, you win. The government just wants to save money. That's their prerogative, man. That's what makes sense, isn't it? They're not going to waste money. So if you can put it down on paper that a home sauna and enemas at hospitals would save the government enough money to justify it, we'll all be sweating, literally. Yeah, as you can see, I'm in a really bad way today. Really bad way. And where I found myself at the beginning of the video, where I where I found myself at the beginning of the video. Was that my body, my mind, my emotions were lying to me, and what's happening is, as I'm talking, I'm distracting myself, and I'm able to really see my life now with a little bit of distance, because I haven't got that lie of my body, my mind, my emotions in my face. I've distracted myself. It's just I'm trying to catch my breath to my reality, and for that reason I continue to talk. You know, I don't really think anybody's listening. But I can't deny how I feel, and I feel like I need to take a different supplement. This is what I do. As long as I do something, I feel okay, and I've got a whole host of supplements that sometimes work, sometimes don't. Ultimately, they're supplements, and as long as I'm using them in a conscious way, it's only going to do me good. And more than anything, it's just the action of doing something. I'm pretty sure doing something targeted to what I'm experiencing. It's like I'm trying to tune into my life, tune into all my discomforts, tune into all my problems as much as I can. And I've got a host of supplements here that, as I said, I don't know if they work. But the process of like feeling my life and like, oh, I've got this little problem, I've got that little problem, I've got the other little problem. And on occasions, because I used to do this a lot, but I don't really do it anymore. It's in check at present. But on occasions, having the ability to go and pick a supplement to say, that's only happened because I'm speaking on video. I don't do that. I don't realise to myself I've got a memory problem. But because I've heard myself say it, I can go and have some supplements for it. But yeah, I don't really know where I was going to go with that. I was going to make a point with it, but it doesn't really seem to be accurate, so I'm going to leave it. Back to reading. So I ordered some books because it's been difficult of late to use the internet. My psychosis has been making everything psychotic, whereas I normally manage to find at least some things where I can just zone out to. Like my psychosis just takes a back seat, and I manage to just zone out. That's why I watch YouTube videos. It's not to watch anything, it's not to learn, it's to switch off, because my psychosis is constantly going. And I'm thinking about my body, I'm thinking about my nervous system more than my consciousness. Because if you don't have the vessel to carry the consciousness, what is the point of consciousness? So I for the same reason, I don't really read books. Because to pick up a book and buy a book, you've got to be interested in it, innit? And my voice is gone horrible again. So to pick up a book and read a book, you have to have some interest in it. So you've got to sit there and you've got to read it and you've got to learn from it. But in that process, your mind is active and it's not really a suitable replacement for why I watch YouTube videos and why I use technology. But nonetheless, I've been unable to watch YouTube videos as I did before, or use technology as I did before. And this is my mental health, this is my life, and I'm sure it will continue to do this with everything. But if I'm unable to sit there and watch a YouTube video, I've got a lot of pressure from my mental health at the moment. And I'm not really able to read books. What do I do? So I've been hitting my head against that wall for a little while now, and the experience of watching YouTube videos has been getting quite unpleasant. And because I've been at such a loss and I have a mental health disorder, so my head doesn't work most of the time, I've just continued. But I realised the other day of something I can do, and that is read a book with no point, or if it's making a point, make it just pure practical. So like I can't read a spiritual book because my mind will start making my mind will start making connections and links, and the psychosis tends to get started with that. And I'm sorry, I'm in a lot of discomfort, and I'm just trying to find myself to continue. And even the simple spiritual books, like someone I follow, the Thich Nhat Hanh, he's very simplistic in his teachings, but where my mind is at present, I can't even read his material because my mind will start going off on one. So I've realised as long as I can keep the book without any real point other than the material world, I should be okay. So instruction books, how-to books sort of thing, should be okay for me. So I've got like outdoor survival handbooks, and I'll read it, and I'll keep in mind for the rest of my life of how to survive in the wild. But I should be able to read this quite simplistically and not have my psychosis come and jump on board. I'm sure there will be some books will find a way, but on the whole it should be okay. I've got Ray Mears, I've got Primitive Technology. This is actually one of the most more enjoyable meditative YouTube videos I watch. Primitive Technology is people without talking, they'll just you'll see them make like a shelter in the wild, or they'll make like a swimming pool in the wild. So your mind, it keeps your mind quite calm. But I don't know if it's tying it into some. I don't know, but this is actually the guy. I didn't realise this is actually the guy from the YouTube video, Primitive. Quite a meditative watch. If anybody's watching YouTube videos and wants to see something new, maybe check it out. But I think I'm going to have to end the video now. It's been quite a long one. Yes, just over an hour. I'm still in a bad way. I have no idea how I'm going to get on with my day. But I know I'm somewhat weaker than I was when I started the video. I'm somewhat more lost than when I started the video. I'm somewhat more sick. I'm somewhat more they're all good signs, because that's where I am, as opposed to having to deal with the lie first, to know where I am, to fight the lie, to accept my life. At least I'm a little bit more real as a result of the video.